This one thought can heal everything. It may sound simple, maybe even too simple, but stay with me for a moment, because sometimes the smallest idea carries the deepest truth. We often believe that healing is something far away, something complicated that takes years, effort, and struggle. But what if healing does not begin with doing more, but with thinking differently? What if one gentle shift in your mind could slowly change how you feel, how you react, and how you see your life? Every day, without even noticing, your mind is speaking to you. It repeats thoughts again and again, shaping your emotions, your energy, and your experience. When those thoughts are heavy, everything feels heavy. When those thoughts are calm, something inside you begins to soften. This is where healing quietly begins, not outside you, but within you. Not through force, but through awareness. You don't need to fix everything at once. You don't need to have all the answers right now. Healing is not about becoming perfect. It is about creating a small space inside your mind where peace can enter. And sometimes, all it takes is one thought to open that space. One thought that feels safe, gentle, and true enough for your heart to accept. In this moment, just allow yourself to be here. No pressure, no expectations. Just a quiet willingness to explore something new, because what you are about to understand is simple, but it has the power to change everything, starting from within you. Many people feel broken, not because something is truly wrong with them, but because of the way their mind keeps repeating the same painful thoughts. The mind has a habit of holding on to what hurts us. It replays moments of failure, rejection, fear, and doubt again and again until it starts to feel like that is all there is. Over time, these thoughts become so familiar that we begin to believe them without question. We start to think that this is just who we are, or that things will never change. When your mind is full of these heavy thoughts, everything begins to feel harder. Small problems feel big, simple decisions feel confusing, and even peaceful moments feel uncomfortable. It is not because life is always difficult, but because your mind is carrying too much weight. And the more you think these thoughts, the stronger they become, creating a cycle that feels difficult to break. This is how many people slowly lose their sense of calm. Not in one moment, but through many small thoughts repeated over time. Thoughts like I am not enough, something will go wrong, or I cannot handle this. These thoughts create tension in the body and fear in the heart, even when nothing is actually happening in the present moment. But it is important to understand this clearly. These thoughts are learned, and what is learned can also be changed. The feeling of being stuck or broken is not permanent. It is simply a pattern that has been repeated for too long. And once you begin to see this, something inside you starts to shift, even if just a little. Your thoughts are not just words in your mind. They quietly shape how you feel, how your body responds, and how you experience your life. When a thought appears, your body listens. If the thought is stressful, your body tightens. If the thought is peaceful, your body begins to relax. This connection is always happening, even when you are not aware of it. That is why the same situation can feel very different depending on what you are thinking about it. When you repeat a thought many times, your mind starts to treat it as truth. It becomes familiar, and your emotions follow it automatically. If you often think that something is wrong, your body stays in a state of alert. But if you begin to think in a softer, calmer way, your body slowly learns that it is safe to let go. This is how healing begins, not from outside changes, but from inside shifts. Your mind and body are always working together. They are always listening to the messages you send through your thoughts. Even a small change in thinking can create a small change in how you feel. And these small changes, when repeated, begin to grow. Over time, they create a new pattern, a new way of being. This is why understanding your thoughts is so important. Because once you see that your thoughts have this kind of influence, you also begin to see your power. You begin to understand that healing is not something distant. It is something that can start right here, with the way you gently choose to think. Now we come to the heart of it, the one thought that can begin to change everything in a quiet and powerful way. The thought is simple: I am safe and I trust life. At first, it may feel unfamiliar, maybe even difficult to believe. That is okay. You do not need to force yourself to feel it fully right away. Just allowing this thought to exist in your mind is enough to begin. This thought works because it gently replaces fear with calm. So many of the thoughts that create pain are based on fear. Fear of what might happen, fear of losing something, fear of not being enough. When you repeat, I am safe, your mind slowly starts to relax its guard. When you add, I trust life, you begin to release the constant need to control everything around you. It is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It is about giving your mind a new direction, one that feels softer and more supportive. This thought creates a small space inside you where peace can enter. Even if your outer life has not changed yet, something inside you begins to feel different, a little lighter, a little more open. The more you return to this thought, the more natural it begins to feel. It becomes a quiet anchor you can come back to whenever your mind starts to drift into fear or doubt. And over time, this one simple thought begins to reshape how you experience your life, not in a forceful way, but in a calm and steady way that feels safe and real. When you begin to repeat this thought again and again, something very quiet but powerful starts to happen inside your mind. Your brain slowly begins to notice this new message. At first, it may feel weak compared to your old thoughts, but with time and gentle repetition, it starts to grow stronger. This is how your mind learns. It follows what is repeated the most. Your brain is always changing, always adjusting to the thoughts you give it. When you keep returning to I am safe and I trust life, your mind begins to create a new pattern. The old thoughts of fear and doubt do not disappear instantly, but they begin to lose their strength. They show up less often, and when they do, they feel less powerful than before. At the same time, your body starts to respond to this new pattern. You may notice that your breathing becomes slower, your chest feels lighter, and your mind feels a little more clear. These are small changes, but they are important. They are signs that your system is beginning to relax and move out of stress. This process is not about forcing change. It is about allowing change to happen naturally through repetition. Every time you choose this thought, you are gently teaching your mind a new way to respond. And over time, this new way becomes your normal, creating a sense of calm and stability that supports your healing from within. Many times, the reason we feel stressed and overwhelmed is because we are trying to control everything. We want to know what will happen next. We want things to go exactly the way we expect, and we hold on tightly to outcomes. But this constant need to control creates pressure inside the mind and body. It keeps you in a state of tension, always thinking, always worrying, always trying to fix something. When you hold on too tightly, your mind does not get a chance to rest. Even small situations start to feel heavy because you are carrying them with resistance. You may notice thoughts like this: should not be happening, or I need to figure this out right now. These thoughts make your inner world feel crowded and restless, even when there is no real danger in the present moment. This is where the thought, I am safe and I trust life, begins to gently guide you in a different direction. It reminds you that you do not have to control everything to feel okay. It allows you to loosen your grip just a little and let life move in its own way. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means allowing space for things to unfold without constant pressure. As you practice this, you may start to feel a quiet sense of relief. The need to control slowly softens, and in its place, a feeling of trust begins to grow. You start to realize that not everything needs to be solved immediately. Some things can simply be allowed, and in that allowing, healing finds its way to you in a calm and natural rhythm. Now, the most important part is learning how to bring this thought into your everyday life. It is not something you only use when everything feels calm. It is something you return to, especially in the moments when your mind starts to feel heavy. When you notice stress, overthinking, or fear, you can gently pause and bring the thought back. I am safe and I trust life. You do not need to say it loudly or perfectly. Just repeating it quietly in your mind is enough. You can use this thought in simple, real moments. When you wake up and your mind starts racing, when you feel anxious for no clear reason, or when something does not go the way you expected. Instead of reacting the same old way, you give yourself a new response. You return to this thought again and again without pressure. It becomes like a soft reminder that you can always come back to. At first, your mind may wander away quickly. That is normal. You may forget to use the thought, or it may not feel strong enough. But each time you remember, You are strengthening a new habit. There is no need to judge yourself or rush the process. Even a few moments of awareness can make a difference. Over time, this thought becomes easier to access. It starts to appear on its own when you need it. It becomes a steady presence in your mind, helping you stay grounded in situations that once felt overwhelming. And slowly, it becomes a natural part of how you move through your day, calm, aware, and more at ease within yourself. As you continue to return to this thought, you may begin to notice small emotional changes within you. At first, they may be very subtle, almost easy to miss. You might feel a little less tense in situations that used to trigger you. You may notice that your reactions are slower, softer, and more controlled. Instead of feeling overwhelmed right away, there is a small pause, a space where you can breathe. This is how the shift begins. Not in a loud or dramatic way, but in quiet moments of calm. The fear that once felt constant starts to lose its intensity. The heavy emotions begin to feel lighter. You may still have the same thoughts sometimes, but they do not hold the same power over you. They pass through more easily without pulling you in as deeply as before. You might also begin to feel a gentle sense of peace, even when nothing around you has changed. This is important to understand. Your outer world does not need to change first. The change starts within you, and then it slowly reflects outward. When your inner state becomes more calm, your experience of life begins to feel different. These emotional shifts build over time. Each time you choose this thought, you are adding to that sense of calm. It grows little by little, creating a stronger foundation inside you. And one day, you may realize that the way you feel now is not the same as before. You feel more steady, more balanced, and more at peace with yourself. Healing takes time, and it is important to understand this with patience and kindness toward yourself. You may not feel a big change in one day, and that is completely okay. Real healing is quiet and steady. It grows slowly, like something that is taking root deep inside you. There is no need to rush or force anything. The more gently you approach it, the more naturally it begins to unfold. There may be days when old thoughts come back strongly, and you feel like nothing has changed. In those moments, it is easy to lose trust in the process. But this does not mean you are going backward. It simply means your mind is still learning. Every time you return to the thought, "I am safe, and I trust life," even on difficult days, you are continuing the process of change. Trusting the process means allowing ups and downs without judging yourself. Some days will feel lighter, and some days may feel heavy again. Both are part of healing. What matters is that you keep coming back, gently, without pressure. This consistency is what slowly creates a new way of thinking and feeling. Over time, this patience begins to reward you. You start to notice that the difficult days do not last as long, and the peaceful moments come more often. Your trust grows, not just in the thought, but in yourself. You begin to feel that something is truly changing within you, even if it is happening quietly. And that quiet change is what makes the healing real and lasting. As we come to the end of this moment together, just take a slow breath and gently return to that simple truth. I am safe and I trust life. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to rush your healing. Right now, at this very moment, you are already taking a step forward. Even listening to these words is a sign that something inside you is ready to grow, ready to soften, and ready to heal. Remember, this journey is not about becoming someone new. It is about returning to a calmer, more peaceful version of yourself that has always been within you. Each time you choose this thought, you are choosing peace over fear, trust over control, and healing over struggle. And that choice, repeated gently over time, has the power to change everything in your life. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to support this space. Like this video, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe for more content that helps you reconnect with your inner peace. You can also leave a comment below and share how you feel right now, or simply write, I am safe and I trust life to begin your journey. You are not alone in this. You are supported, you are guided, and you are already on your way to healing.